Good afternoon. Let us go for the next numerical on shell type transformer. The data is being given like this. Draw the half section elevation plan of 125 kVA, 2000 bar, 440 volts, 50 Hz, single phase shell type oil immersed self cooled power transformer with the following data. Dimensions of the center leg 14 centimeters into 35 centimeters. So length is 14 centimeters, depth is 35 centimeters, outer leg 7 centimeters into 35 centimeters, so length 7, depth 35, yoke, height of the yoke 7 centimeters, depth of the yoke 35 centimeters, window dimension, height 28, length 14 centimeters. So this is the dimension for the magnetic circuit. Next, while coming to the windings, type of winding, it is a sandwich, LV as well as HV, sandwich winding. Dimensions of the conductor, the coils are arranged for medium reactance, 2 paper covered strip 8 mm into 0.6 mm, bear in parallel. Next, HV, 4 strips each 7.5 mm into 5 mm in parallel and is wound with 10 mm strip of press board between each set of 4 strips. Turns 558 in LV, 36 in HV. Number of coils, 4 coils of HV and 4 coils of LV. Turns per coil, 150 to 129, and in HV it is 9. Number of layers, both are 1. Coil dimensions 2 centimeters into 10 centimeters for LV, for HV 1.8 centimeters into 10 centimeters. Well, coming to insulation, between end coil and iron 10 mm, spacer between LV and HV 20 mm, spacer between HV coil 10 mm, spacer between LV coils 8 mm. So this is what the data what has been given. So next, while coming to the solution, so here is the solution. So this is the overall length and overall height of the transformer. So overall height of the transformer will be 7, that is height of the yoke, plus height of the window 28 plus 7. Next, overall length of the transformer will be, so 7 centimeters, that is the outer leg. Next, window length is 14. Next, center leg, again it is 14. Next, window length is 14 and outer leg is 7. So that is the overall length of the transformer. Next, while coming to the windings will be wound on the central limb. So this is the cut section. So right half is been cut and left half is been uncut section. So here he has given the spacer between iron and the core. Insulation will be 1 centimeters. So here it is 1 centimeter. Again from here it is 1 centimeter. Next, the winding dimension he has given as 10 centimeters as the length, and thickness, that is the height, it is 2 centimeters for LV, and HV it is 1.8. okay. So now if I calculate the dimensions from this point, that is height of the window, so overall it must come as 28 centimeters. okay. So insulation here it is 1 centimeter. So LV coil 2 centimeters. The spacer between LV and HV it is 2 centimeters. HV coil has 1.8. The spacer between 2 HV is 0.8, and again HV coil it is 1.8. The spacer between HV and LV it is 2. So LV it is 2, and between the two LV coil here it is 0.8, and here from LV coil it is 2, between LV and HV it is 2, HV coil 1.8, between two HV coil it is 1, and here it is 1.8, between HV and LV it is 1, here it is LV coil it has 2, and insulation it is 1 centimeters. Okay, so once again I'll repeat, the insulation from here to here it is 1 centimeter, LV coil 2 centimeter, the spacer between LV and HV it is 2 centimeter, the HV coil 1.8, between two HV coil it is 1, next HV coil it is 1 centimeter, 1.8 centimeter, between HV and LV it is 2, LV coil it is 2, between 2 LV it is 1.8, here it is 2 LV coil, LV and HV it is 2 centimeters, HV coil 1.8, 2 HV it is 1, again it is 1.8, 2, 2 and 1. So overall dimension will be 28 centimeters. This is with respect to elevation part. While coming to the plan, so this is the how the plan will be looking. So this is the depth of the coil, that is 35 centimeters, and winding, this is the insulation, this is the core, central limb. So from here to here it is 7 centimeters, and from here to here it is 1 centimeter. Next from here to here it is 10 centimeters where the winding which will be covered. Okay, and here again the winding will be 10, so here also again the 10 centimeters cover comes at the top as well as the bottom. Okay, so why? Because when you see the plan from the top, so it will be appearing in this fashion, so that's why the winding will be extended at the other side. Okay, so this is how the winding, if you see, the winding will be extended beyond the yoke. So here also you can see. Okay, so now let us go for the diagram by using AutoCAD. So first we'll draw the elevation part. So CAD tool. So since the dimensions all are in centimeters, I'll go for centimeters. Okay, so first you type units, enter, centimeters, say OK, limits, enter, 0, 0, enter. Since all dimensions are less than 100 centimeters, so I'll go for 200, 200, enter. Next zoom, enter, enter. So now I'll go for the diagram. So the overall length will be 7 centimeters, that is outer leg is 7 centimeters, plus window 14 centimeters, plus center leg dimension 14 centimeters, plus window 14 centimeters, plus outer leg 7 centimeters. So overall it is 56 centimeters will be the length. So height will be, height of the yoke 7 plus height of the window 28 plus 7, 42 will be the overall height of the transformer. So now go for a line. So click at one particular point, switch on the ortho. So this is length, it will be 56, height 42, length 56, height 42. This is the transformer. So just I'll shift this to above. For move, select this, enter, select at one particular as the base point, move at the top. So now go for offset, type 7 centimeters, enter. So outer leg 7 centimeters, yoke height is 7 centimeters. Next, window dimension, go for offset, window dimension it is 14 centimeters, type 14, enter. So from here it's 14, from here it is 14, and center leg it will be 14 centimeters. Next, go for trim command, right click, so remove unwanted portions. So this is how the elevation part will be looking. Now draw a reference line. Next, let us go for windings. So this is the iron core. So from iron core there is an insulation of 1 centimeters. Okay, so this part it is 1 centimeters. Go for offset, type 1, enter. So from core this is 1 centimeter, here also it is 1 centimeter, so here also it is 1 centimeter. Come out of the command, go for trim command, right click, so remove this portion, so that that is the insulation part of 1 centimeter. Next, windings. So he has given the winding from here as 10 centimeters. Okay, so if I go for the problem, so this length is 10 centimeters and this thickness will be 2 centimeters for LV coil. So I'll go for the problem itself. Okay, so here coil dimension he has given as 2 centimeters as the thickness, and 10 centimeters will be the length. For HV it is 1.8 and 10. So we'll go for offset, type 10, enter. So from this line up to here it will be 10 centimeters. So extend this line so that the insulation will cover only up to that point. Go for trim command, right click, trim this part. So insulation will cover only at this particular portion. Now I'll coming to the windings. So here it will be LV coil. So go for offset, type 2, enter. So from here click below. So this is your HV coil, 2 centimeters. So that's what the data has been given. Okay, so coil dimension 2 into 10 and HV coil it is 1.8. Next, between end of the coil and iron is 1 centimeter. Okay, and next spacer between LV and HV is 20 mm, that is 2 centimeters. So now I'll go for HV, it is 2 centimeter. I'll go for offset, type 2, enter. So from here this will be 2 centimeters. So this is the gap or the duct where it will be represented. Okay, next HV coil it is 1.8. Go for offset, type 1.8, enter. So from here 1.8. Next, after HV coil, that is one more HV coil will be coming into consideration. So when I go for another HV coil, so what is the spacer between HV and LV? Okay, so again it is 1 centimeter. Spacer between HV coil it is 10 mm, it is 1 centimeter. So this is HV. So go for offset, type 1, enter. Next again HV coil, it is 1.8, go for offset, type 1.8, enter. So from here 1.8. So LV coil, duct, HV coil, spacer, next HV coil, next space 2, next LV coil 2, next between the two LV coils the spacer is 0.8. So as per the data, spacer between LV coil it is 0.8. okay, so now I'll take here as 0.8. so from here below it is 0.8. next LV coil it is 2, enter. So again 2. next HV coil it is 1.8, enter. next HV coil 1, enter. next HV coil 1.8, enter. next 2, enter. okay, so this completes your winding details. So now if we want to represent the ducts, we can represent the ducts, or later we can represent. So now go for mirror. So select the whole picture which has been done towards right, enter. Select one point here, select the other point here, say no, enter. Or if you want to show the ducts, we can show the ducts or the spacer. So Control Z. So just I'll go for drawing a line from here. I'll take offset as 1 centimeters, enter. Towards right 1 centimeters, towards left 1 centimeter. So now I'll go for trim command, right click. So wherever there is a unwanted portion, remove those lines. So only the ducts can be shown at that particular point. So this is the duct. So here is the windings not required. So again here is the LV coil. Here is the one more duct that can be shown. This is the LV coil, LV duct, HV, HV. So here is the duct. Here is the LV coil. Again here is the duct, LV duct, HV duct, LV duct. Here is the HV, LV. So here you can delete this portion. Here the insulation comes in consideration. So remove. So now with respect to this, go for mirror. Select whole picture, enter. Take the first point of the mirror and second point of the mirror here, say no, enter. Okay, so now let us go for showing the windings. Go for gradient, select black color, say OK, add pick point, say okay. This is the insulation. Next go for hatch command, go for net as LV winding. Here is the LV winding, here is the LV winding, here is the LV winding. Say okay. Increase the scale as 15. So okay. Okay, this is too much. So I'll go for Control Z. Instead of 15, I'll go for 5. Let us see. Approximate. Now it is okay. Now similarly with respect to HV coil, we'll go for hatch command. So instead of net, I'll go for net 3. So add big point. So here is the HV coil. And here is the HV coil of 4. Say okay. So instead of 15, we'll go for 5. So okay. So this is how we can represent the HV coil, LV coil and the ducts space. Since at this it is a uncut sectional view, so just we can extend the lines up to this point. So delete this line. So just extend the line. So extend the lines up to here. So copy. So just we can paste it here. So extend this line. which is similar to like this. Just to extend the line up to this center axis line. So still we can extend this line to draw the elevation part. So now just draw a reference line. So the depth of the window, that is depth of the core, is 35 centimeters. So I'll take 50% of that, so that is 35 divided by 2, 17.5 centimeters. Go for offset, type 17.5 centimeters, enter, select this, click above, come out of the command. So now just extend the line from the above elevation diagram. So this is the outer leg. Here comes the windings. So up to here the windings will be taken into consideration. This is the iron core. Next, this is the insulation part, which will be taken into consideration. Okay, so now the same whatever the windings, so these are the three, go for copy. So from here to here the insulation as well as the windings will be covering. So select this line and select these two lines, enter, enter. So take this as the base point, just move aside, come out of the command. Now go for rotate, select these three lines, enter, take this as the base point, that is outer line, and rotate at an angle of 90 degrees. Now go for copy or move, select these three lines, enter, take this as the base point, and since this is the depth of the yoke is 35, so from here the windings will come into consideration at the above. So click here. Now come out of the command. Now go for trim command, right click. So these two are the unwanted portion. So windings will not cover here since this is the yoke part. So this is the unwanted portion. I'll remove this unwanted portion, and here this is the outer leg. So I'll remove the outer leg portion, and here again there is the gap between the winding and the iron. So even this I'll remove. So your winding will cover here. Okay, so even I'll remove this portion, and here is the insulation part. Here also I'll remove this, here I'll remove this. Okay, and here the insulation covers, and here this is the unwanted portion. I'll remove this part. Okay, so now this is 1/4 of your plan. So I'll go for mirror, select this, enter. I'll go for bottom first, say no, enter. Next go for mirror, select, enter. So go for mirroring towards left, say no, enter. So now you can remove the unwanted portions. These are the lines extended. Remove this, remove this. And here is the unwanted line. Remove this and remove this. Since the edge you have to get a curve, okay, so you can go for fillet, type radius R, enter. Just I'll type 10, enter. Go for fillet, radius R, enter, 10, enter. Next is 10, enter. Next fillet, radius R, enter, 10, enter. Now where the windings will be shown here, both HV as well as LV. Okay, so to show that, go for hatch command, any winding, go for add pick point, click here, enter, say OK. This is the winding. So hatch command, sorry, gradient, go here. This is the insulation part. Even we can show the insulation towards the other side also. So this completes the diagram. Go for term command, right click, remove the unwanted portion. So we can extend the line from here. Term command, right click. So now let us go for showing the dimensions. Dimension style, modify, text height, let us go for 5 centimeters, say OK. And primary, let us go for 0.0 rounding. Set current, close, go for dimension, linear. So overall height of the transformer 42. Height of the yoke 7. Height of the window 28. And bottom of the yoke must be 7. Next, width of the window will be 14. So width of the central leg must be 14. So here we can show the width of the central leg. This should be 14. And depth will be 35. So this completes the diagram. So if you see here, so this is what the diagram will be drawn. Okay. So here, if we want to show the lines for the limbs, that is a number of laminated plates, I can go for line, add pick point. This is the limb, here is the limb, as well as here is the limb. Say okay. So this completes the diagram. So still the dimensions, if you want to reduce, go for dimension style, modify, change the text as, instead of 5 we can go for 2.5. Say okay. Set the current, close. Dimensions can be changed. So this completes the diagram. Thank you. So if you want to change the file to PDF, we can change the file to PDF. File, plot, DWG to PDF, A4 sheet. So window, so select the diagram, center the plot, say okay, save. So this is how the picture looks once if we take the printouts. Okay, thank you.